Guten Abend. Guten Morgen. Oh, shit's the wrong one. Show it anyway. My favourite Procol Harum single. Pity it's got the writing on it. Someone put their initials on it. But then again, I think it's it's a radio station. That's it. Look, see that PIV. So that's probably Procol. That's some sort of numbering system because sample record not for sale. I go berserk, when I see those. When I used to, you don't see them anymore unless they're on eBay or something. But yeah, this is a radio station copy. It's in very good condition too. Australian Festival release. But yeah, that'd be some sort of radio station ID thing. But that's not what I was here about. I had the right label, but the wrong record. Yes, poor old Mickey. Poor old Mickey. Yes, he's going out on a one-man. He's going to cash in on Mike Nesmith's death now. He'll probably come touring down in Australia soon, or whatever. And as he'll be touring as the MONKEE instead of the Monkees, and he'll get out there and he'll get up and sing, "Hey, hey, I'm a monkey, and people want to put me down, but they're too busy singing, whatever." Yeah, yes, the saddest, loneliest monkey in town. The only one in town. He was always my favourite, Mickey Dolenz. He's not dead yet, but he will be soon. So will I. But he's always my favourite. When I was a kid, living out in the boondocks, Smithfield, on my grandfather, the only grandparent I ever knew, in Pommy Bastard, Ernest Jonah Freeman from Surrey. I think Richmond, Surrey he came from. He was actually in the Surrey Volunteer Rifles or something. But he came out here and he luckily avoided World War One by moving to Australia. But my other grandfather, who I never knew, my mother's dad, he was a Pommy Bastard too. And Charles Chivers, I think, something like that. But he got gassed in the trenches in France, and he died very young. Yeah, so yeah, living out in Smithfield, and my grandfather, had this sort of allotment. It was like not the best sort of country. It was real Hicksville, and literally on one side was the dunny, what they call the dunny dump in Australia. A dunny's a toilet, and in those days, most houses didn't have sewerage connected, so they come and collect it in big cans and then just throw it into a garbage tip thing with shit and piss and vomit and everything. That was on one side of Brennan Street. There's only about 3 houses on Brennan Street. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. And on one side was the dunny dump, and behind was a huge piggery. And my earliest memory is actually in Smithfield. I must have been. I was very, very, very young, but my very, very earliest memory I can actually remember. I can remember laying under this huge tree, but when you're a baby this big, I suppose a normal tree looks absolutely massive, but I can see it. That's my first memory. clear as day. It was just this huge tree with all these little birds in it. And I remember a little blue egg fell. And like, they must have been wrens, small wrens, because when I got older, I used to go and see my grandpa, and the same tree, I used to find the nests with the little blue eggs in them. So they're probably, yeah, they would have been. Uh, yeah, so, and yes, I'm getting to it. Don't worry about it. And so the stench from the dunny dump and the stench from the piggery sometimes would meet in the middle, and we'd be sitting there. Oh fuck! And I think Grandpa was going a bit senile because when they left me up there one time, I remember us eating dog biscuits for breakfast. I think he might have been starting to go gaga, but it actually tasted great. We sat down and had dog biscuits with milk for breakfast. They look like dog biscuits shaped like a bone. They tasted great. They wouldn't let you get away with it now, but in those days, we didn't have much. It was after World War II, well, 10 years after or something, and well, not even that. 5 years after World War II, I was born, and so yeah, about 10 years after World War II. So things were a bit tight, and yeah, and I always remember on the right hand side, the next shack, basically you call them shacks, were these people, and when I remember being a little kid in a pram, and this girl used to push me up and down this long driveway we had there. Well, driveway, it was a fucking dirt track, all right? And she was great. I really liked her. And I always remember her name, Dagmar. And one day I said to my auntie, Rita, who lived up there, this is, um, with Grandpa, um, I said, why is she called Dagmar? And she said, oh, they're Germans. And I thought they were German people. Like, I was really young, and I thought, German men. And I went, oh, like I thought, oh, no. But Germans, what the fuck am I talking about? Oh, yes, Mickey Dolenz, Circus Boy. And this is going on a few years later, of course. I'm not a baby anymore. I'm probably about 6 or 7, going up to visit my grandpa just before he died. And yeah, and I went to Dagmar's place, and we sat and watched Circus Boy. It was a hugely successful show in Australia. Now, I'm sure it was everywhere in the Western world. It was a great show, Circus Boy, and Mickey Dolenz was absolutely terrific in it. And Mickey Dolenz, mate, he's singing on like your stepping stone, mate, your stepping stone. I'm glad he's the last one standing because, Peter Tork and Davy Jones, let's face it, they were just there to get the girls in. Mike Nesmith wrote Different Drum for Linda Ronstadt's first hit with the Stone Ponies. Great single. I bought it from my friend Phil Black, that year, and for his birthday or Christmas present or something. And I wish I bought a copy for myself. It's a bloody excellent single. It's Mike Nesmith's tune, and her name was Joanne, but we used to sing, her name was Joanne, and she lived in a dunny can. Yeah, good on him. God bless him. Yeah, so that's enough of that bullshit. And so this year for poor Mickey, I don't know him personally, but I feel like I know him somehow. You know, I feel like a Randy Scouse git. This year for poor old Mickey, he's going to have a Lonely Hearts Club Christmas party all on his own.